We will need 500 milliliters of milk. For best results, use room temperature milk. Next, add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Add 8 grams of vanilla sugar. Finally, add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And whisk everything thoroughly. Take your time to mix it well, ensuring there are absolutely no lumps left. Now place the saucepan on the stove over medium-low heat. Cook the mixture gently, stirring continuously until it beautifully thickens. Constant stirring is essential here to prevent our delicate cream from burning at the bottom. After removing the saucepan from the heat, give the mixture one more thorough stir. Now we are going to add 50 grams of dark chocolate. To help it melt quickly and smoothly, simply break it into small pieces first. The residual heat of our hot cream is perfectly sufficient to gently melt the chocolate, leaving us with a beautiful, rich, and glossy dessert base. Mix everything really well. Take your time to stir continuously until the chocolate is fully incorporated into the warm cream. You will soon see the mixture transform into a beautifully smooth, glossy, and uniform dark cream, with absolutely no streaks remaining. Look at this gorgeous consistency. This is exactly what we want. Next, add a teaspoon of instant coffee and give it another good stir. Even if you don't usually drink coffee, please don't skip this step. It simply makes the chocolate taste much more intense. Excellent. Once our cream is completely smooth, we need to cover it with cling film. Make sure the film actually touches the surface of the warm cream. This simple trick prevents a thick skin from forming while we set it aside. Next, take a deep mixing bowl and pour in 250 milliliters of heavy cream. I am using cream with 33% fat. For the best volume, make sure your cream is very cold. Using an electric mixer, let's whip the cream until it reaches a thick, beautiful consistency. It is always a good idea to start on a lower speed to prevent the cream from splashing everywhere, and then gradually increase the speed as it begins to thicken. Watch it closely, as heavy cream can quickly turn into butter if whipped for too long. We are looking for soft, pillowy peaks. Now that our chocolate cream is cooled down, let's remove the cling film. As it cools, the mixture naturally becomes quite firm, which is exactly what we want. Take a moment to stir it vigorously once more until it returns to a smooth, glossy paste. This step is crucial for achieving a perfectly uniform dessert without any lumps. Now it is time to bring our dessert together. Carefully add the rich chocolate cream into the bowl with the whipped cream. Using a silicone spatula, gently fold the two mixtures together. We use a spatula first to protect all that wonderful air we whipped into the cream, keeping our dessert incredibly light. Now that we have gently folded the main ingredients together, we can bring back our hand mixer to finish the job. Beat the cream on a very low speed, just until it becomes perfectly smooth and uniform in color. This quick step helps to eliminate any tiny lumps of chocolate that might have been left behind. However, please be careful not to overmix, as we still want to keep our dessert wonderfully light and fluffy. Finally, take your spatula and scrape down the sides of the bowl. Give it one last mix to ensure every single bit is perfectly blended. For our next step, pour 100 milliliters of milk into a small dish. Then, gently stir in 1 teaspoon of coffee to create a wonderful aroma. Gently whisk the mixture until the coffee is fully dissolved into the milk. As you stir, you will notice a delightful, mild coffee aroma. This beautifully flavored milk is absolutely essential for delicately softening our layers and bringing the whole cake together. Now, the most exciting part has arrived. It is time to assemble our wonderful cake. Let's take a square baking dish measuring 20 by 20 centimeters. To begin, generously spread a layer of our delicious chocolate cream right on the bottom. Take your time to level it out smoothly with your spatula. This bottom layer acts as a perfect foundation, holding the first layer securely in place. Next, we will need about 300 to 400 grams of your favorite plain cookies. Take one cookie at a time and briefly dip it into our milk and coffee mixture. Be careful not to leave it in the liquid for too long. Just a quick dip is enough so it doesn't become too soft. Then, place it gently over the cream. Continue doing this, arranging the cookies side by side until the entire bottom of the dish is beautifully covered in an even layer. Now we simply repeat the process. Spoon a generous layer of our chocolate cream directly over the cookies and smooth it out perfectly to the edges. Next, arrange another layer of our coffee-soaked biscuits right on top. Press them down very gently into the cream. This little trick removes any hidden air pockets and helps the layers stick together beautifully, ensuring your cake holds its shape perfectly when you slice it later. Let's move on to the third layer of our wonderful dessert. Spread the chocolate cream smoothly and place another row of dipped cookies on top. The cake is slowly taking its beautiful final shape. Now for the final step of assembly. Place your last layer and generously spread the rest of the cream over the very top. Make sure to cover the cookies perfectly. This seals the moisture inside, ensuring the cake becomes incredibly soft. Let's prepare 2 bars of chocolate by chopping them into very small pieces using a good knife. We are getting ready to melt this chocolate beautifully. By taking a little time to chop it now, you make the melting process absolutely effortless later on. The smaller the pieces, the quicker they will turn into a luxurious liquid chocolate for our cake. Transfer the chopped chocolate into a small bowl. Now, gently melt it using either a warm water bath or in the microwave. Now, let's return to our cake. Carefully pour the beautifully melted chocolate directly over the top cream layer. Using a spatula, or simply by gently tilting the dish from side to side, spread the liquid chocolate so it covers the entire surface evenly. This rich chocolate glaze will create a stunning, glossy finish for our dessert. As a beautiful finishing touch, gently sprinkle coconut flakes over the dark chocolate. This wonderful contrast makes our dessert look absolutely magnificent. Now, refrigerate the cake for 4 hours or more. While only a second has passed for you, a few hours have gone by for me. Our beautiful cake is perfectly chilled. The layers are fully soaked, and the chocolate has set. It is finally time to slice into our magnificent dessert. Just look at how incredibly beautiful this cross-section is. You can clearly see every single layer of the soft, coffee-soaked biscuits perfectly balanced with our rich chocolate cream. The dessert holds its shape flawlessly, yet it remains unbelievably tender and moist inside. Now for the best part, the taste test. This cake is unbelievably soft, literally melting in your mouth with every single bite. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this wonderful dessert with your family.